Hi there, welcome to my channel. This is Kang. Thank you for tuning in again. Today we are going to deep dive into what's happening this week on what's happened in the current week. We are going to start with the MAGA Minute. The MAGA Minute just refers to short segments or updates that focus on promoting the Make America Great Again movement, which was popularized by Donald J. Trump. And these updates are segments often highlighting political news, policies, and viewpoints. Okay, it could appear in various forms like a podcast, a video, or social media post, offering brief, concise commentary or current events from Make America Great Again supporting perspective. Let's go.
On what's been happening with President Trump and his team.
Things have never been busier here at the White House. President Trump delivered on many more of his promises to you, the American people. Let's roll through this historic week in today's MAGA Minute. This week, President Trump became the first sitting president to ever attend a Super Bowl, declared February 9th Gulf of America Day, signed an executive order rolling back Biden's push to phase out plastic straws, secured the release of Pennsylvania teacher and great American Mark Fogel from Russian captivity, bringing the total number of hostages released to 11 since he took office just 4 weeks ago. He implemented a 25% global tariff on steel and aluminum imports to protect our steel and aluminum industries from unfair foreign competition. He introduced the Fair and Reciprocal Tariff Plan to counter unfair trade practices by our foreign trading partners.
This man's busy.
He established the Make America Healthy Again Commission to fight chronic disease, ended COVID vaccine mandates in schools, and established the National Energy Dominance Council. We are going to drill, baby, drill.
Drill,
See
baby,
you for
drill.
next week's MAGA Minute.
Guys, this is amazing. This is one of the most transparent administration we've seen in our lifetime. I'm telling you, DJT is having all his team. He's having his picks at his office, at the Oval Office, to come with reports and receipts. Where have we seen that before? This is amazing. It's so I mean, I can't believe what I'm seeing with this administration. Hate him or love him, they're working hard. And this man, I don't know if he sleeps. Does he sleep at all? Does he sleep at all? Vice President J.D. Vance was in Munich recently, and he made an amazing speech. He had a lot to say to our European allies. I came across this exposed by angry staffer, and he said, make no mistake about it, J.D. Vance wasn't sent to Munich to reassure our allies. He was sent to drop a diplomatic bomb in the middle of the room, flip the table over, and walk out, which is precisely what he did. Let's listen.
That we can come to a reasonable settlement between Russia and Ukraine. And we also believe that it's important in the coming years for Europe to step up in a big way to provide for its own defense. The threat that I worry the most about vis-a-vis Europe is not Russia, it's not China, it's not any other external actor. And what I worry about is the threat from within, the retreat of Europe from some of its most fundamental values shared with the United States of America. Now, I was struck that a former European commissioner went on television recently and sounded delighted that the Romanian government had just annulled an entire election. He warned that if things don't go to plan, the very same thing could happen in Germany too. Now, these cavalier statements are shocking to American ears. For years, we've been told that everything we fund and support is in the name of our shared democratic values. Everything from our Ukraine policy to digital censorship is billed as a defense of democracy. But when we see European courts canceling elections and senior officials threatening to cancel others, we ought to ask whether we're holding ourselves to an appropriately high standard. And I say ourselves because I fundamentally believe that we are on the same team. We must do more than talk about democratic values. We must live them.
We must do more than talk about democratic values. We must live them. As you can see from this speech, J.D. Vance talked about elections in one of the European countries that were cancelled, and also discussed those people that would do everything to stop elections. This same thing happens in my country of origin, where there are people that will do everything to make sure that we don't have free and fair elections. And this is what I admire about the American government, or the Americans, because in America, people stand up for their rights. People, the Americans don't just sit and wait for other people to fight for their rights. And now let's listen to Letitia James, Attorney General of New York, with her allegations towards President Trump.
The state of New York, and to states all across this nation, it is unacceptable, unconstitutional, ultra-vires. They've exceeded their authority. And so it's important that attorneys general representing our respective states stand up and enforce the rule of law, because Elon Musk, individuals at the Treasury, and the President of these United States is not above the law. And we will continue. You know, as attorneys general, we've been preparing for this.
Look at that.
This is not the outcome that we wanted.
That's not someone that's telling the truth.
Letitia James.
I don't know where to go with this one. They've conducted an audit, and it's shown that she makes about $140,000 a year, but her net worth makes no sense to anybody. So I don't know where she's going with this, because she's talking a lot, but she's not making any sense. Like, what are the accusations here? What's the proof? She's been going after Trump since 2022, and nothing's come of it. I think she's in trouble with all these audits. I really think so, because it's like, I feel like she's screaming and saying, I don't want you to take this illegal money that I accepted. You're ruining business for me. All this illegal money that I got from George Soros. Because when you listen to her, when you watch her face, she doesn't even believe a word she's saying. I don't know. You judge for yourself. Now look at this next post, right? People are waking up. They're seeing right through the lies, right through the corruption. Folks are waking up, and they're posting it on social media for everybody to see. Watch this.
Y'all talk about taking what to the streets. I hear you Democrat politicians talking about taking something to the street. We got to use violence. Oh yeah, y'all want this smoke? Well, come on out to the street, because there's a whole bunch of angry taxpayers, baby. And I don't think you got enough bodyguards for us, honey. So you watch what you say. And now y'all want to sing civil rights for us, honey. So you watch what you say. And now y'all want to sing civil rights songs? What side are you on? What side are you on? Really? We ain't on your damn side. We on God's side. Because y'all the devil. Y'all the devil. And how dare y'all talk about violence? The party of love and happiness. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Bring it to the streets. Come on, I dare you. Bring it to the streets. Let's see what happens when you bring it to the streets.
Oh.
People are angry because they can see right through the lies. And you know, this party, they're always using the civil rights like some kind of mantra. You know, if once they use the word civil rights, they think, oh, I've got them. Yeah, let's just use those buzzwords. You know, whenever we use those buzzwords, you know, it's easier for us to get their attention. People are waking up and they're posting on social media and they're telling the previous government that we're awake, we see what you did. Now let's take a look at what our Mr. Rhino, Lindsey Graham, is up to these days. Look at what he's up to. Let's hear what he has to say.
I think he's going to find a way to end this war in a fashion that Putin would be a fool to do it again. Very quickly. How do you deter Putin? You arm this guy to the teeth. Yeah, you give him a bunch of F-16s, not a few F-16s. You give them ATACMS, you give them tanks, because they will fight. Remind me not to invade Ukraine, okay? Just...
Remind Putin not to invade Ukraine. This warmonger, okay? You want to stop a war. What do? Oh, give them more tanks. Give them more armor. How are you going to stop a war like that? How are you going to stop a war by adding more tanks and more war equipment to warmongers? This guy, he needs to go. I don't know what President Trump's still doing with him. He needs to go. And now we are going to move on to Hannity's interview with President Trump and Elon Musk. And, you know, people have been saying that Elon Musk is actually the president, he's controlling Trump. I've seen all those memes where you have those little Muppets where you have Elon Musk controlling Trump with some just like you do with the Muppets, right? And so in this interview, imagine the same people that tell you, oh, Trump has an ego, doesn't listen to anybody. Oh, he's very arrogant. And the same people are telling you that Elon Musk is controlling Trump. Make it make sense. Let's listen to what President Trump has to say about this.
Different things of hatred. Actually, Elon called me. He said, you know, they're trying to drive us apart. I said, absolutely. No, they said, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk. President Musk will be attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock. And I say, it's just so obvious. They're so bad at it. I used to think they were good at it. They're actually bad at it, because if they were good at it, I'd never be president. Because I think nobody in history has ever gotten more bad publicity than me. I could do the greatest things. I get 98% bad publicity. I could do, outside of you and a few of your very good friends, it's like the craziest thing. But you know what I have learned, Elon? The people are smart. They get it.
Yeah, they do, actually.
They get it. They really see what's happening.
Yes.
Yes, we get it. We see what's happening. We see the propaganda, you know, because these leftists, they don't change their playbook. It's the same playbook. Oh, he had a girlfriend, he raped a lady 30 years ago. Oh, what are those other stupid things that these people say whenever they if you don't fit the narrative, right? They will call you all names. That this is the same Elon that they all used to worship the ground in which he walks. The same Elon. Now that he's supporting Trump, it's a whole new ball game. They all hate him. We had, I think it's Sheryl Crow, the musician, the other day, and she sold her Tesla and handed the money to some charity or something. And she's like, auf Wiedersehen, Tesla. What's wrong with these people? You know, they're so angry. They're so unreasonable. I don't understand this kind of people. Like, people have been so beat up. The propaganda has really gotten into people in such a way that, in fact, I usually tell my sister that I think people have been brainwashed to a point of no return. A lot of these people, they just refuse to even listen to President Trump. I'm like, listen to both. Listen to CNN, listen to Fox, and then listen to the people themselves. And then go back and listen to citizen journalists or people, investigative journalists. And then compare. And then after doing this for a while, there's some kind of a pattern. You start to understand the propaganda. You see it from a distance. It's ridiculous.